Hey guys, it's Lisa and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some fall decorating, and I know it's early for some of you. For the shop, I need to get it done, and even worse than that, here in just a little bit I'm going to be starting some of my Christmas crafts because I am way behind. And if you have a shop or a booth, you know that you have to make lots of ornaments and decor and have them done way ahead of time. So I hope that you don't get annoyed with that, but I'm really gonna have to. And here I've taken a couple small boards and just whatever I could find that's the right size, because what I'm going to be doing is decorating a tiered tray, and I needed a little bit of decor to go in it, so I'm making a few little items that I can add to my tiered tray. So if you don't have the items that you need, consider making them, because usually you can make them out of very little. And this board is that bead board, and I just happen to have some that I had cut up, so I'm just using what I have on hand. And I want a background on this besides just a painted background, so I've just torn some book pages, and I'm just kind of piecing them on the board. And you don't have to worry about cutting it, because once this dries well, then I'm gonna take my sander and sand around the edges, and that will do two things. It will cut the edges off, but it'll also neaten the edges. And this board wasn't sanded around the edges, so I need that to be smooth anyway. So like I said, I'm just gonna decoupage this on, and I actually ran out of Mod Podge in my container here, and I've just been using Elmer's glue with just a little bit of water added. So I just piece this on, and then, like I said, I'm going to let it dry and then sand around the edges. Now this is just a little piece of 2x4 that I did a crackle finish on, and then I was going to add a stamp, and the stamp just didn't show up because that crackle was too busy. So I'm just going to go over the top of this with book pages also. And then again, I'm just going to piece that on there, not worry about cutting it, and then I'll sand it just like I did the other. And then for this tiered tray, I want to do it in a sunflower theme, because I feel like sunflowers are very obviously fall. And I love the colors, and I think they make a really good fall tiered tray. So this little transfer is part of a set called Sunflowers, and it's a Dixie Belle transfer. And to be honest, not many of the Dixie Belle transfers there's not many that I really like, because most of them are too colorful. But I really do like this sunflower. So I'm just taking little smaller pieces of the sunflower and cutting them apart, and then I'm transferring them onto these little boards. And I'm letting them wrap somewhat around the sides, but not the bottom. And that makes a cute little decor. Where I'm going to place it in the tiered tray, the back is not going to be seen, so I'm just going to leave it the wood color. And then for the other one, I'm just going to use a different sunflower image on it and do the same thing. And that's a very quick and simple way to get some fall decor. Now obviously you could use stencils on these, but using these little boards is just a very simple way to make some miniature signs. And then I'm going to put one on this little bottle. And I'm not going to do anything else to the bottle except put this little sunflower on it. And I'll use that in the tier tray also. So here is my tray, and I always like to base it with something, usually cloth. And so I have this little towel here, and it has blessed on it, but I don't want that part to show. So I'm just going to kind of wrap it around there and just fill in that bottom tray with it. You don't have to be exact here, just get it to cover. And if you don't have that, this is just a paper napkin, and I'm just showing here how you can just use a paper napkin, and once you have it in your tray, it really just looks like a cloth napkin. So I'm just going to take you through the process here, and you'll see that I changed my mind some, but I just want you to see the process that I go through when I decorate these. There it is finished. As you can see, I struggled with that bottle to keep it up, so I just wired it to the handle, so I wouldn't have a problem with it falling. And this arrangement sold as soon as I got it finished, and before I even realized how I was going to price it, and I still haven't figured up how much money I have in it, but she said she wanted it, so that one is sold. And now I'm going to decorate this dough bowl, and I'm going to start with some candles here, and these were decorated before, and I was going to pull all this off, but I just decided it's some neutral colors, so I think I can work with it. So again, I'm just going to kind of show you the process that I went through in trying to decide how to decorate it. In case you don't have a dough bowl, I decided to come up with something else to take its place. All you really need is a grapevine wreath, and as you can see, this is a used one that I've just taken the greenery off, and I'm just going to use this kind of like you would a dough bowl. So you just need a platter or plate, something to go underneath it that the wreath will fit on. That's just going to contain your items. But you're not going to see it all with this one because it has somewhat of a lip. It's going to lift it. Now I did this video from overhead, and it probably wasn't the best of angles for this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this one from overhead, and then I'm going to decorate another one with a better angle. Now I like using a grapevine for this, not just because of the look. I do like the look, but you can also stick your leaves and florals down inside that, and it'll help hold it, not only hold it in place, but it'll help lift it. So if you're intimidated by a dough bowl, try one of these instead. And if you like the look of a larger item like a dough bowl, then just use a larger wreath. And they even make these wreaths in an oblong shape, so that would be pretty also. So just like with my dough bowls, I like to add a little bit of height. You don't have to. Some people just fill dough bowls with the small items and just kind of fill them up, and that's all they do, and that's very pretty. But I like to have a lot of dimension in mine, so I want some height. And like I said, this is not a good angle here because it's not going to show the height. I'll show you it from the front when I'm finished, but this one should have been decorated with a different angle. So now I'm just kind of filling in, and like I said, this is so simple. If you have your base items for height, then everything else is just kind of fill in, and you don't need a lot of fill in because it's a small space. So I'm just kind of sticking with certain colors here. I want the creams and yellows and browns, and I feel like if you get too many colors going on, I just don't like the orange and red and all that for fall. I like to keep my colors more simplified. So I've just taken picks that I've taken apart, and like I said, I was given a lot of fall florals from a friend of ours who has a business, and they decorate a lot for fall, and then a lot of times they'll bring me their leftovers, and I got most of this from there, if not all of it. And these little pumpkins, if you haven't seen these made, I make these, and I do have a video that I can attach in the description because they're very simple to make. And as you can see, it's coming together really quickly. And if you were to use a larger wreath, obviously it would take a little longer, but even then, these are very quick to do. And this one is finished, and like I said, it didn't take very long at all. And I'll show you it from the front here. But I'm going to go ahead and do another one with a better angle. And it'll be a little different than this one. But there it is on the tray. And like I said, you could use a plate because it's really not going to show. I would probably use a darker colored plate just so that it kind of blends. But you do need something underneath. So a tray or a straw placemat would be really good. And as you can see here, I'm putting these at different angles, and I'm just using some small candlesticks to lift those up. And because that almost fills it up, then you have very little else that you need to do. So you don't want a whole pick at all. You want to cut those apart and just kind of place leaves and twigs or branches or just very small items in between. And the good thing about this one is you can decorate it with very little material. The smaller wreaths like these would make really pretty centerpieces for a table at a dinner party, or even if you had a large dinner party with several tables, these would make very pretty centerpieces. And you could just use maybe one candle in the middle. And I guess in that case, you could even use real florals if it's only going to be a one-day event. You could just put some leaves and twigs and maybe some of the little small real pumpkins. I think spring may be my favorite season, but I feel like spring and fall both seem to go so quickly. It doesn't seem that we get much fall weather or spring weather. But I love fall colors. And like I said, I'm not crazy about the orange and red and all that, but I do love these muted fall colors. So you could leave this like this, or I'm going to add my gourds, and I feel like that adds a little to it. But like I said, it definitely would work well just to put a little bit of your floral around the candles. But as you can see, this came together pretty quickly, and like I said, with very little material that you would have to buy for it. And I'm sorry, for some reason I didn't get an after video of the dough bowl, but there is the tiered tray and one of the grapevine wreaths. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless you and your family.